Hello sewers. I'm going to walk you through the instructions on how to do this. We won't talk about how many times it took me to get to this level, but we'll say that several old band shirts and trash bags were destroyed in this process, but I finally got it figured out. So with our material, we need it to be twice as wide as it is tall. So some of our material is 57 inches wide, so on that, if we go 19 by 38 or 20 by 40, I think we have some that's 44 inches wide, 22 so by 44, and I think we have one what do you call it? Do you call it a ream of material? I don't know if that's right. So with that 43, if we go 21.5 inches by 43. Anyway, it just needs to be square when we fold this together, even though my paper, as I cut it, is not square. So I take my paper. This is supposed to be 19 by 38 if I had done a better job of cutting my paper. It's a little bit of a parallelogram. Anyway, pretend like this is square. So I'm going to fold my paper here. So now theoretically, this is a 19 by 19 inch square. So I need to find the center point. This is an important step I found out. My scarves kept coming in cross-eyed, lopsided, because I wasn't square with my prototypes. So 27 inches, so that'd be 13 and a half. Check that from this direction. 13 and a half, I'm pretty close. So there's my middle section. Very, very important part, the folded part is going to be a part of that. So the folded part needs to be at the bottom. Folded part at the bottom. I destroyed several of our t-shirts because I didn't do that part. So now I'm going to draw a diagonal line across the material or the paper, folded part here. I'm going to take our pattern, and the middle part of the pattern needs to be right on the middle part of the dot here. I'm going to trace this on to the paper. So that's our pattern. Everything here is going to be part of the mask. These parts here are the parts that we will throw away. So that's why it's important to have this folded. Initially I did this on the bottom side and ruined it. So I'm going to start cutting. So that basically is our mask. If I turn it back here to me, this top part is going to be the part that goes right across her nose. Okay, and this is the other part that will just shield around underneath. Down to the paper. So if you want to unfold it and sew it on the inside and pull it back out, I don't care what side the stitches are on. That's not important to me, but if you want it to look nice, go ahead and fold it out and then pull it back through, or do it this way and then pull it through and leave the hole in the side that my wife told me about. But here's the important part, is that this should be right in the middle. Mine were like they just look really, really lopsided. So this is our mask. So basically we need to just then sew around the edges. So down here, I don't know if you want to put in a seam here. I mean, there's not a hole in it, is there? But if you think it will hold better, we'll sew there. And then I have elastic, and if we sew a piece of elastic here and a piece of elastic here, we'll just cut it and tie behind, because we have so many different sizes of students from 6th grade through 12th grade. I think instead of putting in a permanent ear place, we'll do that. So once we cut that, sew the edges and sew in the earpieces, they're done. And here's the prototype that I did. So I went ahead and put in 2 earpieces and decided that I didn't like that. I just used hair ties. That's why I decided that doing just a piece of elastic that we put up and tie behind the head. It'll go like this, around on the ears. And I do have my flute out, but pretend my ruler's my flute. Then they'll just put it underneath here, and put it up to their face, and then they'll play their flute, and then when they're done, they'll move it down, and that's in place. All right, that's what we're doing.